The UK is the most corrupt country on earth, using Gibraltar, Jersey and other territories to funnel dirty cash. That's the view of anti-mafia journalist Roberto Saviano, who claims the financial services industry in London facilitates worldwide criminal capitalism. The UK is already the most, without doubt, the most corrupt country in the world. Transparency groups have shown this with irrefutable data, not in terms of politics or police, but in terms of money laundering. What do I mean by corruption? I mean that there is no control of the flow of money, not necessarily into London, but into Gibraltar, Malta and Jersey. These are all the doors through which Great Britain brings money in without any control.
La Gran Bretagna fa entrare denaro senza controllo.
Panama used to be the money laundering capital, now it's London. Panama got its revenge with the Panama Papers. The Panama Papers are clearly a revenge. They release the names to get revenge from a competitor, London. You can watch the full interview with Roberto Saviano in The Global Conversation this Tuesday only on Euronews.
According to the Rand Corporation, corruption in Europe comes with a price tag of nearly €1 trillion every year. 3/4 of Europeans surveyed in 2013 said that corruption in the continent was widespread, and many of them said it was increasing. So we wanted to know, what is the most corrupt country in Europe? Well, every year, Transparency International releases the Corruption Perception Index. In 2015, ranked at number 130 out of a worldwide 168, and alongside countries such as Cameroon, Iran, and Nepal, the most corrupt country in Europe appears to be Ukraine. With a score of just 27 out of 100, Ukraine has long been one of the least transparent states in the region, even ranking 2 full points below neighboring Russia. One of the biggest sources of corruption is bribery, which is most often used in day-to-day interactions to speed up the very inefficient government bureaucracy. A 2008 survey found that the highest rates of corruption occurred in vehicle inspections, police interactions, healthcare, the court system, and higher education, such as universities. According to one Ukrainian anti-corruption advisor, more than $12 billion a year disappear from the budget due to corruption. This culture of bribery is so deeply ingrained that former President Viktor Yanukovych allegedly paid a total of $2 billion in bribes to various officials just over the course of his 4 years in office. Much of this money was allegedly spent paying election officials to ensure his party's majority in parliament. In fact, Ukraine's elections have long been marked by well-known and widespread fraud. In the 2004 election, multiple foreign observers noted voter intimidation and direct electoral fraud in favor of Yanukovych. This prompted countrywide riots known as the Orange Revolution. In the face of these riots, the Ukrainian Supreme Court nullified the results of the election and ordered a second vote to be taken, which Yanukovych's opponent ultimately won. Another area of corruption is Ukraine's court system, which, unlike most developed countries, does not, in practice, operate under a separation of powers. Judges are regularly pressured by high-ranking government officials to vote in their favor, or to pass down lenient sentences to their associates. And despite an anti-corruption push in 2010, leading to hundreds of criminal cases against active officials, very few were ultimately prosecuted. A 2009 poll found that fewer than 1 in 3 Ukrainians believe it's possible to get a fair trial. Ukraine has an enormous number of problems, from widespread alcoholism to a deeply insufficient healthcare system, failing infrastructure, and as of 2016, seemingly no reduction in corruption. WikiLeaks revealed that the US considers the country a kleptocracy, that is, government by thieves. Ukraine's newest president, Petro Poroshenko, is an oligarch and businessman who's known as the Chocolate King for his ownership of the largest confectionery manufacturer in the country. Despite his promises to crack down on corruption, many believe that Ukraine will continue to be the most corrupt country in Europe.